That is the main foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together. Oh, yeah, yeah, oh, Remember, the key to success is working hard. For our country, we must have regard. Forget all your differences, let we start to build.
Remember, the key to success is working hard. And I would add smart. Working hard and smart. And if you work smarter, then you will not have any reason to work harder. All right?
And onward to progress we surely will. Because now, more than ever, we must show discipline, tolerance, and production to build a strong and better nation. I say that is the...
Yes, so I had to take that call there. Sorry for that. So I was saying, if you work smarter, then you would have no reason to work harder. Because nowadays, everything around us is smart. Even our kids or children, they are way more advanced than we, when we were the age, when we were at that point or at that point in life. They are way more smarter, way more intelligent than, the parents, uncles and aunts and so on. They're way more smarter than us, and we have to admit it. So to build this place, we have to work hard, and we also have to work smart. I want to welcome you to the Dynamic Hour. I want to say to you that we have a lot to discuss. And those on Facebook and YouTube, please share the live. Sharing is caring. I want to start off by saying I saw the New Today headlines, and I think they got it wrong. The headlines should read, political activist Jenny Simon is yet to bring forward evidence of corruption or bribery as leveled against Andy Williams. Or you can simplify it. Jenny Simon failed to bring the evidence that she claimed she has against Andy Williams. Because up to this day, she has not put forward any evidence whatsoever to prove the accusation or claim that she continued to make. She has a podcast. She could actually release it, say it, expose it there, the evidence. So up to this day, we have not seen a shred of evidence to back up the claims that she's making. I want to move on. Do you know that we have a lot of people in this country who are haters of progress, and they will do everything in their power to derail anything that's good? They don't want you to have a better standard of living or condition. They want to see you in the same place, same position, same hardship, same struggles. And they're always in your face. For example, Michael Batiste. This guy is pompous and he is irrelevant. He was a member of parliament in the past. I consider him to be a blank bullet. He mistakenly won. He got on the ticket sometime in 1999, thereabout, and he happened to win, not on his own strength, but on the strength of NNP and Keith Mitchell. And he believes up to this day that he's some player in the scheme of things. But he's not. The guy is irrelevant. He's a political derelict. So he's now parading on all kinds of platforms, and he's pompous. He's like a tampon. He push up. So he's parading and, he's on all platforms that are anti-government. Or if there is a conversation that may paint a bad light on the government, he will butt in. But the guy cannot convince anybody to vote for any political party in this country. He was fighting for GULP, and he was fighting for a dead party because Uncle Gary died with that in the Center Cemetery, or was buried with that in the Center Cemetery sometime in 1997, thereabout. But he's grabbing at straws. Any little thing that he believes could put a dent in NDC's effort to help Grenada, to transform Grenada, to build this country. Man, he's all over the place parading. The guy is a political nuisance. But here it is. It's not only him. The Tobias Clement, for example, same kind of rhetoric would come from them. And mind you, the media doesn't have anything that they can track towards. Hello? Hello? Hey, morning. Hey?
Foundation. So come let us work hand in hand, because this is our land. Come my brother, come my sister, and let us build a nation together.
Yes, so folks, you have to bear with me. A number of people coming to St. George's, so they want to know where to meet them and that kind of thing, because they want their tickets for Carriacou. So that is why twice so far you had that little interruption there, but it's so important for the tickets to go. So the Tobias Clement, this guy is irrelevant. This guy, again, won his seat twice because of Keith Mitchell and the NNP. The guy is a political nuisance. You hear him on, MTV seem to be obsessed with him. But this guy is a waste of time. All right? But you hear them from time to time. And then you hear some others. But mind you, they were all NNP. So now they would speak in a kind of way against this government, the NDC, to make NNP look good, or to see if NNP could get a little jolt in the political landscape. That is what they're actually doing, in my belief. They're not objective, and they would never be. It's like the NNP is a curse or a spirit, an evil spirit, and it would possess them every now and then. It would cause them to be singing praises to the NNP. That is how it comes across to me. And look, a lot of these people don't want good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. Anytime there's a government in place doing good, developing this country, they would be against it. And they would do everything to hinder progress, to stop it. That's how they operate. They would not admit that this government is doing well. They would not commend this government on anything. when you listen to them speak, they would not commend the government on anything whatsoever. They have nothing good to say about this government. But they believe people must listen to them and buy into what they are saying. That is what they believe. But people are not gravitating towards their message. The NNP, again, they are trying and they are not getting anywhere. They thought they would get some big bump in likability and favorability and that kind of thing in the polls and in the public space, but they have not gotten that. No matter what they do, if you realize people are not even bothered with NNP, and then you have some movement, and I consider the movement to be remnants of the RMC and specifically Codites. I consider them to be Codites. They jump from party to party to party to party, and they have never gotten any foothold in anything in the country. They've never gotten any grounding. And you look at the people who are advocating for the movement, they are blighted politically. It's like a lime tree full of blight, or it's like you having a lime tree and you tell somebody, don't pick your lime, let you pick it for them, and they happen to just go and pick one and the whole tree dead. That's how these people, that's who they are, right? That's them. But this movement thing is RMC elements and Codites. Don't believe they love Grenada or they want good for Grenada. They want to destroy this country, in my belief. They want to undermine the gains. They know good. Look at who is speaking for the movement. I mean, they are as dumb as a nail head. You pong it, and after a while it would bend or break out. That's how they operate. I mean, they are good for nothing. They have not made any significant contribution in this society. Everywhere they go is problems. Everywhere. No matter what party they join. They just cannot unite. They cannot put things together and get things going. They start off with a bang and then you don't hear about them. It is what it is. So you have to be very wary and very careful with this whole movement thing. It's RMC, elements of the RMC, and they're Codites. Code, they were never supporting Bishop, Maurice Bishop. They hated Maurice Bishop. They wanted him dead, in my belief. They were never for the progressive arm of the revolution. They were never supporting Maurice. They were supporting Code. So they're Codites. They're elements of the RMC. Anytime you hear they talk about this movement and movement this and movement that, they're no good. Be very, very careful with them. So a lot of these people, they don't want good for you. And you ask them, but what would you do different than the NDC? What are your plans? What are your programs? What initiatives would you start or do differently from the NDC? How would you make Grenada better? Because you're not hearing it from the NNP. NNP is condemning and criticizing the NDC because they believe by that strategy, they would get people to dislike NDC and maybe not vote or not gravitate towards them. Or maybe gravitate towards them. You never know. They think that strategy is going to work. All they do is to condemn, criticize, have bad things to say about the government. They would not one day acknowledge something good that the government did. That is what they're about. No plans, no programs, no initiative, nothing. All they do is talk, 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 talk. Nothing more than that. You listen to them on their platforms, all they do is to condemn, 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 criticize, criticize, criticize. What are your plans? What are your programs? You were in government for 23 years and a half, And mind you, they acting as though they're new. They acting as though they're Laco party or Posey or Pale, all peas. They acting as though they're Jonathan Lacrette's party or Posey or Pale, full up of steel pea. They acting as though, you've been there 23 years and a half. That's a lot of years to prove yourself. The Grenadian people kick you out twice. And this time wrong, you're not going to be going back. You're in the wilderness, the political wilderness, for a very, very long time. Because Grenadians have seen the light. We know that transformation is possible. We know that development is possible. We know that the betterment of our people, holistically so, in education, in healthcare, in housing, in agriculture, in human resource development, in tourism, in infrastructure generally. We know that better days are ahead, and good can come from this place. We have seen so many things happening in the last 3 years, and we are grateful, we are thankful to the Most Honorable Deacon Mitchell and his team. They're doing a fantastic job. Yes, they would target you. Yes, they would spread propaganda, rumors, all kinds of stuff about you. They will. You have to expect that. You have to expect that. You believe they would not come after you, and especially if you're doing things, good things. People don't pelt stone behind green mangoes. No, they go after the ripe ones. So because you're doing things, they're coming after you or they're attacking you. If you are not doing things, then they would not bother with you. And that is why I say the reason why many of them would attack me verbally or say things about me is because I'm actually doing things. Right? And I could care less about these people because my eyes are fixed on the big objective, winning the next general election. That is why when I left here, I went to the United States. I had an event in New York, but most importantly, I communicated. I met good people, and I re-emphasize the need to register. I re-emphasize the need to participate in the election and to prepare yourself to return home to vote and to participate in the next election. And we will mobilize and organize the required resources and transport to get you back home. That is important. When I went to Virginia, same thing. I went to Maryland, same thing. The need to mobilize and organize resources so that our brothers and sisters who are registered can return and participate in our democracy. This is our home. This is our home. You are not only good enough to send barrels and boxes and containers of stuff or money, remittances, and so on. You're also good enough to participate in our democracy. So I understand the mission, I understand the objective, and I know how to win. So I am saying we should never be too concerned about the noise on the other side. The NNPs are custom making noise. The only thing this time wrong is that they're dealing with technology and they're dealing with smarter, more logical, more conscious-minded Grenadians. So they cannot fool our people easily. Before, they were able to do that, and especially when they were in government. But now they're like fish out of water. You look at them, they don't even have resources to do things in the community or in the constituencies. And even if they get in the 10,000 constituency allowance, they're not doing anything with it. So we have to continue marching forward, understanding the mission in everything that we do. We want to remain here for a very long time. And it's possible, 20 years, 25 years. But we have to work diligently to make sure that we stay the course and that we get to that place. I want to say, folks, expect in the next 1 year to a year and a half to find more attacks on ministers, more smear campaigns on ministers, more misinformation disseminated out there. You're going to find a lot of dirty things out there being thrown at NDC and the ministers of government. But we have to defend them at all cost. And that is why I continue to defend our dear brother, the Honorable Andy Williams. Because I know how the NNP and the goon zygote sycophants operate. I know. So we have to be very firm. We have to defend our brother 100%, publicly and privately. That is important. We have to stand at the gap for him. Because for me, I know what the NNP gives. I know how they operate because they have attacked me before on all fronts, but I'm still here, standing tall. So with that experience, that must be one carried to defend our dear brother, the Honorable Andy Williams. Because you see, experience is the greatest teacher out here. You learn and then you replicate. You use that in other areas. And that is why I'm saying we have to defend the Honorable Andy Williams. And that is what you will get from me. I am a soldier. If I am with you, I am with you all the way. And I will not hesitate to defend always those who are serious about developing this country, about moving this country forward. The Honorable Andy Williams is a good man. He believes in Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And he wants good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And that is why I started the program this morning by saying there are people who intentionally don't want good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique. And anybody who is doing good for Grenada, Carriacou, and Petit Martinique, they would go after them. And we are seeing it today. That is why they're going after Andy Williams with no evidence, no facts to substantiate their claims, not even a shred of evidence. But they're going after him. But I am saying we have to defend him on social media. We have to defend him on the radio. We have to defend him in the bars. We have to defend him on the blocks. We have to defend him every single where. We have to beat down the misinformation and lies that they are disseminating on the other side. Because you see, they tried that with Nazim Book, and no one came to Nazim Book aid. None. They attacked Nazim Book. Those political cockroaches attacked Nazim Book. And not one or two senior people came forward and defended him. And yes, he took the matter to court and he won. He won over those political cockroaches. Yes, he won, but his political career died. So they achieve that objective and they don't care. They don't care. They have money, they have resources, they could pay. So they destroy a good man and they just pay their way through. But that's not going to happen with the Honorable Andy Williams. No. And I don't care what they publish. I don't care what they say. We will defend the Honorable Andy Williams against those political cockroaches. And all they want is power, but we have the big on and bob for you. It is clear, once you're doing good in this country, to build people, to help people, to look at South St. George, for example. You had Nicole Ass Steele, he was MP for that constituency. You had, who was there before? Nicole Ass Steele, what's her name again? Keith Mitchell treated her like a piece of dog mess on the side of the road. What's her name again? He didn't treat the woman good. What's her name again? Otway. Alexandria Otway Noel. Keith and the NNP treated that woman like a piece of dog mess on the side of the road. Right? So you had two of the petty whites who were in charge of the South. But what did they do in the South? You tell me. What did they do? So Andy, that little black boy, right, doing so much of the people in the South and Grenada, you know, those NNP political cockroaches and surrogates, pundits, zygotes, sycophants, they want to come after them. Well, we have the bob for you. We have the big one for you. And right now, you have something in a pack. By the time you put it on the ground, every crawling political whatever will fall flat. So I am saying we will defend the Honorable Andy Williams day or night. So Andy, have no fear. Continue doing what you're doing for your constituents, your constituency, and Grenada, Carriacou, and PT Martinique. And tell them, we are not afraid to fight with those pigs in the mud. Because you know me. I am the kind of person who is willing to go down in the mud and hook those political pigs. Wrestling with those political pigs in the mud. And I'm hooking them on their nose. And I'm controlling them there, because if they let loose, if you allow them to let loose, they go dirty up all your house and mash up all your house. You're going down in the mud and deal with them. I'm wrestling with them in the mud. You hear me? Because I am able to go in the gutter and deal with them in the gutter. You know? I'm different. Unafraid. I'm different. That's Kem Jones. Because look, I ain't playing no nicey nice in this politics. You know? No, or else I would have been in church. I remember the late Bishop Darius. He said, Kem Jones, boy, we have room for you in the church, you know. You know, I want you to come in. And when I was in the politics, right? And I said, brother, watch me. We ain't mixing that, you know. No. Because you see, there are some people, because they're deep in the church and they are so religious. Some of them, they are, you know, I wouldn't go that far, but, all right? But anyways, they're so deep that anybody could do them anything and just, so don't worry, man, we go pray for them. We go, you're joking. David wrestled with Goliath, you know. And if you check about all those in the Bible, all those individuals who were, you know, serious, senior, and involved in the Bible, and was used by God and by Christ and so on, you realize they were fierce fighters and they won in battles and all different things. You know, they stood up to tyrants, and you can't be soft in this. If you playing soft, they go trample you. So I am willing to go in the mud and wrestle with those political pigs And those political cockroaches, well, I just praying that. Or throw some sevens and easy. So I am able to do that. You hear me? So we will defend our brother because he means well. And he continues to do well in the communities to help our people, to better the living standards and conditions of our people. And they will attack him. They will attack him. And you have to expect that. In fact, if that doesn't happen, then something is wrong. Bet your bottom dollar, something is wrong. So again, let us remain focused and understand that it's not a walk in the park. Politics is not a walk in the park, and especially in Grenada. Politics is dirty in this place. It's a dirty sport. You can't play nice, No. I remember I was in a particular location, and this old NNP jagabat came confronting, saying things and confronting me somewhat. And when I said to him, I said, brother, let me tell you this. I'll beat everything out of you here. And then I'll drag you to the next point in front of everybody. Right here. And then he said, hey, Kem, I didn't know. So you there. I said, boy, you don't know nothing about me. I said, let me tell you this. I keep my cool. I go around big people, mature people, people with sense. That's who I line with. I hang with. Right? Because I have enough experience in this business. I don't go around certain people. But at the end of the day, don't believe I'm some walkover. No. I say I'll beat the hell out of you. And I'll drag you out for everybody to see. Yeah, and when he realized, I said, boy, you know nothing about me. You know nothing about Kem George. Yeah. He started yap. So let me tell you this. I know easy walkover. I know walkover. I tough. Because that's what it requires. Because, some people believe that you're ladder low, They could walk over it, You're joking. When I put my fist, so I say, I'll mince you. Say, you have your politics. You go and deal with your politics. That's your business. And the guy was speaking all boulders pelting left, right. I say, I'll mash you up. So in the politics, it requires this finesse, this toughness, this ability to stand firm for what you believe. Because they would think that they could walk. Anytime you see you too soft, and they believe you're a churchman and you're this and you used to cry and cry what? Huh? So we have to defend our brother. You have to stand firm for our brother. Because that is what it requires. Because the NNP no good, The NNP no good. NNP and all of those pundits, goons, zygotes, and sycophants, look at them. Look at those good for nothing. They have not achieved anything, Look at the majority of them who bumping the gum, who opening the labas for the NNP. Look at them. They have achieved nothing in life. They're good for nothing. Panames. Look at Panames. He's still renting. He's still maybe living by some woman somewhere up in St. Andrews up there. Look at the guy. The guy's a piece of mess. Huh? The guy's a piece of dirt. Look at him. Panames. Look at him. Look at the guy. All these years. All these years. You have another one, the cheaters on the street. The guy, they've accomplished nothing. All of them, you see, bumping the gum and talking for NNP and all kind of move mess and movement and move. They have achieved nothing in life. Just check all of them. Look at them. Look at them. Take some time and examine them. They've achieved nothing. And they don't want anybody to achieve anything. Because they see themselves as failures and they want you to fail too. That's how they see it. You look at the majority of those NNP supporters, goons, zygotes, and sycophants, those infertile embryos, you look at them, they've achieved nothing in life. Nothing. But, they're out there talking, they're out there, because they believe they have free platforms, social media give them access to. It's what it is. But what is important, we must defend our good brother, the Honorable Andy Williams, at all cost. At all cost. And today is Andy Williams, tomorrow is another MP. So you are forewarned. You don't believe that you could stay and be quiet. So not media attack. They attack Andy, and you're a political crab head. If there is a head in a crab, I wanted to say crab back, but a nice crab back, well put together, either stays good. So you gotta be careful. No, crab ain't have a head. But if you understand, you have to pick up what I'm saying. Yeah, a lot of mess you have in your head. All right, I want to say back. Crab back does this good when you well do it up. Anyways, they would come for you. Today is Andy, tomorrow is you. They're coming for you too. They will attack you too. They will say all kind of stuff about you. They will spread all that misinformation about you, a lot of slander and so on. That's how they do it. They have done that in the past and they were successful. So they're trying it again. This time wrong, we are here to defend our brother. We are here to defend the NDC. We're here to defend the most honorable Deacon Mitchell. We are here to defend the entire team. Because we know, we experience the NNP and those goons, zygotes, and sycophants. We expect them. We experience them and we expect what they would come with. So we have to be ready for it. We have to be ready for it. Folks, the Honorable Claudette Joseph, she will be having a big Father's Day event on the Carriacou on Sunday. Sunday coming.
This Father's Day, celebrate with rhythm and culture at We Pan Fest, Sunday 15 June from 4 p.m. to 9 p.m. on the Carriacou. Enjoy your favorite steel bands, Next and New Dimension, Republic Bank Angel Harps, Blast Pan Wizards, Quark Bank Comancheros, alongside performances from Dash, Black Adan, Rootsman Kelly, Temptress, Chaos, LED, Young Pert, Young Mad, and DJ Danny. Food, drinks, and local products on sale. Admission is free. Celebrate Dad in true Grenadian style at We Pan Fest, hosted by Senator Claudette Joseph and the town community. It's We Pan Fest, Pedestrian Plaza, the Carriacou, Sunday, June 15th.
Right, so We Pan Fest, Sunday, June the 15th, Father's Day. All right, so don't miss that. And St. John has a cruise. The Honorable Kieran Joseph and our team, they have a cruise coming up, and they will be boarding on the lands. They're in Guave, the jetty on the lands. I love that. In St. John.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Get ready to turn up the energy and celebrate in style as NDC St. John proudly presents the most anticipated event of the summer. It's Shake It to the Max. Shake It to the Max. The night cruise all going down on
Right, so that video is not showing up, so let me just play the audio version of that. All right, let me just play the audio version of that. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that time again. Get ready to turn up the energy and celebrate in style as NDC St. John proudly presents the most anticipated event of the summer. It's Shake It to the Max. Shake It to the Max. The night cruise all going down on Friday, June 20th. We take the vibe to another level. We celebrate another anniversary through transformation, a journey of progress, power, and pure party energy. We board the Kayak Princess on the Lance Jetty in Guam. Boarding time 7 p.m. and we sail 8 p.m. sharp. The hottest DJs will be on board. Selector Shaki, DJ I, Top Sound, Anil, and Juvie. Get your tickets for only $75. Get yours now from any St. John.
Right. So get your tickets from any St. John constituency branch member, the constituency office. So they have tickets. It's $75. All right. So please support that cruise in St. John. All right. They have some really good DJs there too. All right. Nice. Quite a bit happening. All right. Father's Day event. Quite a bit happening on this weekend. The Prime Minister's cruise next week.
set sail into a night of elegance and enchantment as we celebrate leadership and legacy aboard the Prime Minister's cruise on Sunday, June 22nd. A spectacular all-inclusive premium evening on the newest jewel in luxury cruising, Ecstasy. Indulge in exquisite food, delight yourself in handcrafted cocktails, and enjoy spectacular views as we drift along the shimmering water under a canopy of stars. Whether you're toasting to progress or simply indulging in a night of class and comfort, this exclusive cruise is the place to be. Tickets are $350 EC and include everything. Yes, everything. But space is limited and luxury awaits for no one. We look forward to welcoming you as we celebrate 3 years of leadership on Sunday, June 22nd. The Prime Minister's Cruise. Let's toast to progress and unity.
Yes.
I'm in a big mood.
Yes, so don't forget that. All right, that's just the day after the event, the excursion to Carriacou. So that's the Sunday. All right, so buy your tickets. It's $350, and it's at Red Gate office. You can pick it up there. Optical in town, quite a number of places you can pick up the ticket. All right, and there are people who are selling. So buy up your tickets, and it's going fast. It's going fast. All right, what's next? What's next? Don't forget St. Mark. St. Mark, they're having a luncheon on Saturday the 14th. That's at the Samaritan Pool Wall. Solid bar, music. All right, they're having a grand luncheon. Don't forget that barbecue chicken, pork, grilled fish. It's $20. They have rice and peas. They have potato salad, green salad, bread rolls, chow mein. I mean, they have stuff. So link them up. It starts at 11:30 in the AM on this Saturday. All right. Then you have the St. George North West. They have a cruise coming up too. St. George North West constituency branch. They have a cruise coming up. All right. Trying to get that ad there in.
When was the last time you danced under the stars, sipped something smooth, and sailed into pure island vibes? This is not just a cruise, it's a movement. It's the DNA Cruise, Wednesday, June 18th, aboard the legendary Rum Runner 2, presented by St. George Northwest. Boarding begins 7 p.m. sharp at the Carriacou St. George's, with a mouth-watering barbecue included and music powered by Ben Legs and Fisherman Jr. Dress code is keep it crisp, wear something white, and own the night. All of this is for just $65. Tickets are sailing fast. Don't get left on the dock. Grab yours now and be part of the cruise everyone will be talking about. Buy your tickets from Shanda Williams on 4144893. See you there.
Right. So that's St. George Northwest. They're having their cruise coming up. And the Dr. Tessa Sincere, she has a pre-Father's Day lime. That is tomorrow, God's willing, Saturday the 4th of June, starting at 4 p.m. and ending at 11 p.m. Tivoli Pasture and Had Court. All right, live performances by IMA, Rainbow City All-Stars, Dashed, Terror the Governor. Free eats, but drinks on sale. All right, go there and be a part of that. Be a part of that. All right. The cruise for St. Patrick East and West, that has been postponed. All right, that has been postponed. St. Andrew Northwest, they're having a breakfast at 6 a.m. on Saturday too. Cardrona Junction, Lafayette, St. Andrew. That is where they're having it. Breakfast $15. All right. Let me see again. Let me see here. I know what date is this one. All right, that gone already. Nice. So, just saying, don't forget the 21st day of this month. That's next Saturday. Not this Saturday, next Saturday. We are going to Carriacou with the 2 ospreys. So, I told you already paid for one, $16,000. And that one is almost full, or maybe full, and we're going into the second one. So I called Osprey and I told them to hold the second boat for me. And by early Monday or Tuesday, I will pay them the next $16,000 for the second boat. So you have to buy up your tickets. You have to buy up your tickets. A ticket, $100. We're going up with the Osprey about 7:38. We're going up to Carriacou. When we reach in Carriacou, we take a nice tour around the island. And mind you, ride along tuk-tuk. The tuk-tuks, they're available, all right? For people who want to ride, you can pay for a nice tour, 75 EC per person. So 4 of you all can go, 6 of you all can go, on a tour. So you can call this number if you buy your ticket, and you will be in Carriacou. All right? If you will be in Carriacou from the 20th to the 22nd. Because remember, we will be up there on the 21st. So if you will be up there on the 22nd, 21st, 23rd, 22nd, 20th, 21st, and 22nd, you can call them on 422-1011 to book your ride. 422-1011. 422-1011. That's the number you can call to book your ride on the 21st. But even if you're up there from the 20th or the 21st or the 22nd, call them. You can get a tour, you can get your ride in Carriacou to see the place. Number again to call, 422-1011. 422-1011. If you're overseas, you have to add 1473-422-1011. All right? So my good friend Junior George and the team, I wish you all the best. So I'll continue repeating that number as we go. So remember, I have tickets for the excursion up to Carriacou, 2 ospreys. Ticket is just $100 EC, $100. All right? When you reach up there, we go on that tour and we go around the country, a motorcade style, and then we go back to Paradise Beach, one of the world-renowned beaches in the, number 1 in the world, right? Topping every time. We go back to Paradise Beach, and music, food on sale, drinks on sale. You could go and bathe, you could enjoy the beach, play games, domino, all fours, draft, anything. You could, games, football, everything, anything that they're doing. And enjoy yourself, but you're free to go anywhere you want in Carriacou. Visit friends, visit family. The main gathering point is Paradise Beach. All right? So the vibes go nice. Barbecue and other things on sale. The vibes go nice at Paradise Beach. All right? So we want to go up there with a good amount of people to send that strong message. All right? So remember, I have tickets, but you can get your tickets at Ricky's Bar in St. George's, Hillsborough Street. You know where I'm normally at. After I finish the program, I take a liquor fresh, I will be there. And you can meet me there until about 6 o'clock. So if you have to pick up your tickets, maybe you call me and you say, can I leave this amount of tickets for you? Hold this amount of tickets for you? Okay, well, I have it. So you can come and get it there. You can pay for it and get it there. Because after Tuesday, that's it. Tuesday is the last for that, the ticket, the very last. And there will be no ticket selling by the boat. None at all. Zero. And I don't care who you are. No ticket will be sold at the boat. So if you intend to go up with us, buy your ticket. Buy your ticket between now and Monday or Tuesday for the latest. You got to buy your ticket. And don't tell me hold any ticket for you and you'll collect it by the boat and you will pay me by the boat. It's not going to work. All right? Nah. It's not going to work. Because we need the money to pay the boat so we could go up. All right? So that's important. And if you have groups, you have friends. So let's take, for example, maybe you have 14 people or 12 people who want to go. So you buy 12 tickets, but I can give you 3 free tickets to put with that, so you're getting 15. And you hire a bus to take you back home, not to bring you. I am not going to pay for you to bring you. You're going to pay your ordinary bus and come there. To go back home, you hire a bus to take you back home, and I will pay half of the cost to take you back home. But the bus must be full. I am not going to pay a bus with 3 people coming to pick up 3 people to go. No. And once you buy your ticket, I'm going to get you back home. All right? So once I know even before who need a bus and that kind of thing, then I'm going to organize a bus. Let's say a bus go from Tantine up to St. David and into Grenville, drop off people. A bus, again, and you know, people who organize a bus, I'm talking about those that I would organize, a bus for, you know, St. George's End to drop off people there, the far points, if they don't have a bus, and then on the western side, maybe all the way up to St. Patrick, you know what I mean? That kind of thing. So have no fear, just buy your ticket. Just buy your ticket. All right? So we have tickets. Remember that, those who tell me hold tickets and thing for them, we have. Pay up for your ticket, get your ticket, collect your ticket today, tomorrow. I'll try my best Sunday to come to Grenville, St. Andrew side. So people who are not able to come down, you know, and who come down, you know, come down to town and get your ticket. But if you're not able to come and, you know, come on that side, then, you know, you understand the point. So it's my intention to come on that side and handle. So don't worry. Good? So remember, tickets are available. We have tickets and we don't have plenty room again. So if you intend to go up, you have friends, you have groups, let's go up. I could work on something with you. You know, there are some people that, you know, give you a couple of free tickets and you buy the rest and let's see how it goes. All right? So you're going to full up 2 Ospreys and go up to Carriacou. Nice? So I want to wish you all the best. Have a good day. I'll be back with you on Sunday from 1